Hey guys, this is a completely unscripted, kind of off the cuff little live stream I'm doing here. I am in my parents' house in New Hampshire, wrapping up my visit. I'm flying back to Utah tomorrow, but it was a crazy week this week. I had a couple great live streams. Had Nick Gillespie from Reason on I think that was Tuesday, and then Thursday night, I had Scott Horton and Ryan Dawson and my friend Eric Jackman on for the Four Horsemen video. That was nuts. I had over 1,000 live views. I think we had up to like 400 people at once watching it. We got over $750 in live chats. Just want to thank everyone for doing that. And I'm sorry I didn't answer all the questions, but as you probably noticed, it was hard enough for me to even get a word in anyways. And then by the time we were wrapping up the conversation, my computer was about to die because I was in the area of the campground where I had cell phone reception and there was no power outlet nearby. But that was an amazing talk. I've got to watch that again because when you're doing the interview, you're not really absorbing all the information because you're trying to, you're getting ready to redirect the conversation if there's dead space or something. But I actually didn't even have to do that really. I barely said anything in that video, but I didn't need to. I didn't really want to interrupt and throw it off because when you got Scott Horton and Ryan Dawson on the same stream, that's a lot of knowledge. And then, frankly, Eric knows more about what we were discussing with 9/11 and everything. That's more his wheelhouse than it is mine. So I was just happy to host them, and that was great. Then I also went to Porkfest, and it was weird. There had to be at least 200 people who knew who I was, who came up to me and wanted to shake my hand and, talked about my podcast. Some people wanted autographs. People wanted pictures with me. It was cool. I mean, I'm flattered and I appreciate it. I was expecting some people to know who I was, but I didn't think I was that well known. So that was really cool. It was great to meet a lot of the people that I know on Twitter. I feel like we're already good friends, but these people I had never actually met in real life. I got to see them, talk with them for an hour or so, or hang out or walk around Porkfest with them. It was really cool. The first guy I actually met that I know was Dave Smith. And I don't know, we hung out for most of the morning. We walked around Porkfest together. My dad was with me there. Then Pete Quinones showed up and Angela McCardle, and we had lunch together and we were just shooting the shit. It was really surreal. It was pretty cool. And then Danny from Top Lobster was there. I got to meet him, hang out with him. Eric Jackman came up eventually. Matt Kibbe was there. He's the guy in the thumbnail, and he knew who I was, which, we follow each other on Facebook and Twitter, but it was cool to actually talk with him. He wants to do a podcast at some point in the near future. So I don't know if that'll be on his show or mine or both, but we're definitely going to do that. I met Tom Woods. This was really cool. I saw Tom and there was kind of a crowd of people around him. And so I kind of stood away from the crowd to wait for him to get done speaking. And then he just yelled out, "Reed Coverdale," and ran over to me and shook my hand. And he's like, "You mustache son of a bitch. I'd recognize you anywhere." And that was pretty cool for Tom Woods to act like that around me. And I don't know, guys, it's just this community is full of really good people. And, a lot of these people are really well known amongst the community, but they don't let it go to their heads. They're normal people. When you talk to them, they just treat you like you're one of them. There's no staring down the nose at, lesser people who aren't as popular or something. It was just really cool to all be there as regular people talking with each other, hanging out, shooting the shit. And I just want to say Twitter is not a good medium to judge people by. I mean, it's so cancerous. It's so toxic. There were a couple people that came up to me and said, "Hey, I hard time on Twitter, but I really appreciate what you're doing." One of them gave me a hug and said, "Hey, I've been really mean to you. You unfollowed me, and I'm just sorry. I really like what you're doing. I was like, okay, I didn't even know who this was. I was like, oh, okay, sorry. And then she told me what her name was. So then I followed her back again. Um, I don't know. It's just actually meeting people and seeing them as people is a good thing. I've talked about this a lot, and Phil Labonte has talked about this on my show a lot, that once you start otherizing people, it's when you can dehumanize them. And it's a lot harder to dehumanize people if you meet them face to face. And that was really good to actually meet all these people face to face and talk about real life stuff. And I don't know, it's just been an amazing week. I'm really looking forward to Freedom Fest. I'm going to be there the entire time. I forget what it's like, the second to last week of July. So it's not too far away. I'll be there the whole time. That'll be pretty cool. I'm really looking forward to that. I'm probably going to have some merchandise. I didn't want to go to my first event and be presumptuous that people would want to buy shirts or something. But after how this event went, I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to team up with Danny from Top Lobster, get some shirts made or something. And so I'll be there. I'm really looking forward to that. I'm hoping to go to Tom Wood's 2000th episode event. That would be pretty cool. And yeah, I'm looking forward to the next Four Horsemen. That's going to be with Clint from Liberty Lockdown. He's going to be our fourth horseman. I'm going to start working on that trailer here soon, have it out to get the hype going, because that's definitely I think that's the highlight of my show, is the Four Horsemen. Everyone really likes that. And some people want me to do it once a week, but I'm just going to do it once a month because I think it's good that it's a little bit more scarce. I like the anticipation and the build up. I think if I did it every week, it wouldn't be as exciting. People wouldn't be longing for it quite as much. So I'm just going to be doing one a month, and we'll probably eventually, start repeating them. Like, I'm sure Dave will be the fourth horseman again at some point. Definitely Scott. We're going to do that again. That was an amazing episode. Let's see. We've got okay. I can't show this on the screen, unfortunately, because I'm not on StreamYard, but we got a super chat from Marshall Forward saying Top Lobster, the second best Liberty truck driver. I would agree with that. But we talked about this. We had a lot of fun. I mean, we got a lot of jokes, going back and forth, and it was cool to actually be there in person shooting the shit, and made jokes about how I'm going to try to get him to the point where he doesn't have to work a day job anymore and he can just do the Top Lobster stuff, so that I will unequivocally be the best Liberty truck driver out there. But there's still a competition going on. And thanks for the super chat of $4.99. Yeah, so that's really it. Just wanted to kind of recap on Porkfest. I also met Stacy for Truth. You guys probably know her. She's on Twitter and YouTube. And she and I are really good friends. It's cool to meet her in person. I met Jeremy Kaufman, Bill. I'm trying to remember his last name. He's like 8 feet tall. Bill from New Hampshire. He's Bill is a joke on Twitter. I met Eric Brakey. That was pretty cool. I got to talk to him a little bit. Let's see who else. I think I said Angela McCardle already. Met her. I wanted to talk to Jacob Hornberger because he was there. And I haven't slandered him at all, but I've definitely been very critical of his campaign style. So I wanted to meet him face to face and talk to him, but it didn't end up working out. He was doing some event and I was watching, and then I went somewhere else, and then I couldn't find him again. But I would actually like to get him on the show at some point to talk about that. So we'll work on that. But yeah, I don't have my next stream planned out yet. I'm flying back to Utah tomorrow night. I think I'm going to be having Dak Rouleau from Overwritten back on next week, maybe on Thursday. I was talking to Angela McCardle about getting her on to talk about everything that happened with the Libertarian Party over the last couple of weeks. Carrie Wedler is going to be coming on soon, but she's about to put another video about Israel out, and so I was going to wait until she gets that out, and she doesn't know exactly when that will be out. She said probably within the next week or two. So after she releases that video, I'll be having her back on the show. As I said, I'll be having Matt Kibbe on, or going on his sometime soon. We haven't worked that out yet. We just talked at Porkfest and we want to do it. Let's see. As I said, the Four Horsemen is going to be July 11th. Tulsi Gabbard finally got a hold of me again about a week ago, and she's probably going to be coming on sometime in July. Still working on getting Justin Amash on. Oh yeah. Thanks, Marshall. I did meet Toad from Tower Gang. He was another guy that I met at Porkfest. That was cool. We hung out quite a bit. Oh, by the way, I'm not a giant. I'm 6 feet tall, but a lot of these guys are they're a bit shorter than you'd imagine. It was I don't know. I don't care, and I never think about it when I'm doing a video with somebody. But I guess I always just kind of picture them being about my size or taller, just because they're, someone like Tom Woods he has such a presence on stage, and he's so compelling and everything. So you just picture him being, a big guy, and then you meet him and it's just surprising sometimes. I got a lot of comments, and I think people thought I was short for some reason. I don't know why. But then they saw all the pictures and they thought I was like 6'5" or something. I'm like, well, no, I'm 6 feet tall, but that was kind of funny. It's kind of like Drew Hancock. I think he's like 6'3" or something. Everyone thought he was short, and pictures came out when he went to his first event. It's always funny how that happens. But yeah, it's going to be, we got some pretty cool stuff coming down the pipe. I'm going to be reaching for some higher guests now that I've had people like Nick Gillespie on, and, Dave Smith, and kind of these more high profile people. I think the wider I spread the umbrella, the more people I'm going to be able to reach. So I'm still working on Peter Schiff. I got in contact with Mike Rowe's secretary a couple months ago, and he said, I like your show. Looks like you've got a lot of cool stuff going on, but you're too political. And I was like, dude, if I have Mike Rowe on the show, we're not going to talk about Operation Ajax or MK Ultra or something. We're going to talk about the skills gap and, the unnecessary high school to college pipeline that we have, and, the importance of blue collar work. We'd be talking about stuff that Mike Rowe talks about if I have him on. I'm not going to talk about the CIA and coup attempts and the war on terrorism or stuff like that. So I don't know. If you want, you can bug Mike Rowe. Tell him to, go on Reed Coverdale's show. If you guys want to email Mike Rowe, maybe I should post that on Twitter where you can get a hold of that guy and just say, come on, have him on. I don't know, but I would love to get him on. Yeah. Marshall Ford says, too political. Mike was on Ben Shapiro's show, for Lord's sake. Yeah. He's also been on, what else has he been on? He's been on MSNBC. He's been on Tucker Carlson a bunch of times. He's been on Real Time with Bill Maher. I mean, the idea that he wouldn't do a political show is, I think, a bit of a cop out. So I don't know. Just if you run into Mike Rowe in the social media world somehow, or in person for some reason, I don't know what he's doing these days on the ground, but tell him to come on my show. That would be really cool. But I'm going to cut this off right here, guys. Just wanted to tell you what a great week it's been. I want to say thank you for everyone for subscribing. I think we're at like 5,300 subscribers right now. As you know, I am on Anchor now too. So I'm on, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever Anchor puts things. You can find me there now. So yeah, go check me out on those. And if you're watching this and you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do. I will be doing something soon, so I'll let you guys know. All right, thanks. I'll catch you later.